Hey everybody. Today I want to talk about the foundation of leadership. This isn't a fancy term or a new process. There's a lot of that in the leadership field these days. It's very simple actually, but very profound if you want to lead effectively. When I consult with and coach leaders and managers, a lot of them want to talk about how to motivate their people, how to communicate better, how to team build. Those are all very important things, but I call them like windows, walls, or a roof to the house. You got to have a good foundation built underneath that if you want them to succeed. That foundation consists of three things. The first is the organizational vision, and including its values and culture. The next is a set of priorities, both enduring priorities and periodic priorities. And the last thing is yourself, knowing who you are as a person and as a leader, knowing your strengths and weaknesses, doing that self-awareness and introspection that is so vital for you to be able to lead effectively. I'm not going to talk a lot about that in this session, but you can pick up a copy of my book where I go into detail about my own introspection and self-awareness, and I show you how you can do your own to understand who you are as a leader so that you can lead more effectively. So let's talk about the next one is vision, including values and culture. So a vision is just that. It's a visual of something. It's your vision in the future of your organization, and it's codified in a statement, a set of words. Don't get it confused with goals. I see this a lot in organizations. We want to be number one in our market, or we want to be the go-to company in our industry or in our region. Those are goals. A vision, like Simon Sinek says so well, Martin Luther King's vision of children of all races playing together on the playground. That's a vision. For my organization, our vision was all about the readiness of the soldier. It was the visual of that moment where the soldier would step onto an aircraft that was going to deliver them into harm's way. It was the moment where we had trained them as best we could to prepare them for modern warfare, and that we had prepared their families to endure the separation of their loved one. It was that vision of them stepping onto that aircraft with all of their kit, their weapon and their helmet and their eye protection and their body armor. And everything we did was centered around that vision. That was that guiding light, that beacon for us. If ever we got off track, left or right, we'd always come back to center and get behind that vision to prepare those soldiers for modern warfare. It was in everything we did. The other piece to this is a set of values. I was lucky. I had the Army values: duty, respect, loyalty, selfless service. A set of values that we all subscribed to and that we held dearly and held people accountable for. Whenever someone did something wrong, you could always trace it back to a violation of our values. If they lied, well, that was a violation of integrity. If they did something that really only served themselves and not the organization or their buddy, then that was a violation of selfless service. And we held people accountable to that. And if they didn't hold up to those values, they'd be punished, or we may have to separate them because they were so important to us and our success. You can have the same thing in your company. Nothing wrong with integrity or selflessness or teamwork as a value that you all want to subscribe to. But hold your people accountable. Put those set of values up on the wall. Don't get a list of 13 or 15, something simple, maybe a list of 5, the most important values that are important to your organization, and then hire people that subscribe to them and maintain people or retain people that subscribe to them. The next is culture. In the Army, we had the warrior culture. Fight on to the objective no matter what. Never leave a fallen comrade. It's all about the team and the mission and your buddy next to you. It was that warrior ethos and that culture that we subscribe to, and a band of brothers and sisters. You can do that in your own company. In a tech company, it might be a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship, of courage and bravery to step into unknown spaces and develop new techniques and processes. That's who you want. That's the culture you would want in your organization, and you would want to hire people that subscribe to that and retain people that subscribe to that. Very important. The next is priorities. I haven't met a leader or an organization yet that has more time on their hands and resources and people than they do tasks or things to do. It's always the reverse. And so to get through these periods of mountainous tasks. And I had it in my organization too. We had more things to do. Our task load was enormous, and it was always going to be that way. I wish I could have brought it down, but I just couldn't. So you get through these periods of enormous task loads with priorities, enduring priorities, and periodic priorities. Now, I would hope an enduring priority would be people. It was in my brigade. Investing in people was number one, and that never changed. Regardless of what we did, we were always focused on our people. That was our number one enduring priority. Now, periodic priorities are things that are of the moment, specific to what you're working on at that time. In a business, it might be a certain product development or a marketing campaign or something you're doing in the organization that's specific to that moment for all the right reasons. That's a periodic priority. So if one of your people are working on a new product development, which is that periodic priority, then a customer comes in, and customer service, serving the customer, is an enduring priority of yours, then they immediately shift from that periodic priority over to the enduring priority. And that's what helps people get through the days. So when they're by themselves and you're not there to guide them, they fall in on a vision and a set of priorities. Simple things to do, but I see this lacking in a lot of organizations out there. Is it lacking in yours? I want to help. Get a hold of me. I'm at robcampbellleadership.com. Reach out and let's have a conversation about where you're at in your organization with those things that I just described, how solid your foundation is. I want to help you get there. Hey, thanks for watching.